Alright, so I know I don't look the greatest right now because I'm in work mode, but I am cleaning fish tanks right now. We had green hair algae in the killie tank, the clown killie, rocket killie, whatever you want to call them, killie tank. So I had to get elbow deep in that one and clean it out. And then I decided to go ahead and clean up some of the plants. I redid this tank in here a lot. That looks so weird with this light. It's the only light that does it too. They're all active in there now. The shrimp are definitely hiding. I couldn't find them. And then I came over here, fixed my beta divider, and the dwarf gouramis are all fine now. I did the sand the other day. That's great. This tank is my newest, and it's struggling a little bit, but I think I finally got it up to where nothing is dying anymore. So that's awesome. And then I was just over here checking out the frog bit, which is growing like crazy again in the guppy tank. This is the only tank I don't have a heater in, so I try to be more careful with this one. This down here is my original shrimp tank. This is where it all started. These guys are still doing awesome. I finally decided to start culling them the other day, so now I have, let me show you, in the kitchen, this adorable tank. I think this might be my favorite tank. But I just added an extra airline to it for better filtration. So there's two sponges in the same little tank. But as you can see, I put some of my culls with the red really patterns in here, and I'm trying to keep them all together. So basically that's where I'm putting those. Before I started doing that selectively with color, I realized that I was getting a little overpopulated in the original shrimp tank. So I decided, you know what, let's just put some of the overflow in the guppy tank. If they get eaten, they get eaten. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is. I thought I saw one that was buried recently. I know this past week I've had at least 10 guppy babies. I don't know, let me flip this around, actually see them on the camera because they're very small. These are the first generation babies. And then in the back, I have some new super tiny babies. I don't know if you can see them moving. That one right there is the next generation, that tiny one right there. I don't think it's gonna focus on that. Oh, there it goes. See, the one on the bottom is the first generation, and the one up top is tiny. So I'm looking around, and I see that there's a snail in the hole in the rock, which originally made me laugh. Here's one of my mystery snails. I just love them. I can't get enough of them with their funny mouths. So I was looking at that, and then I noticed this little guy here. This tiny little red guy. He's too small to be one of the ones that I put in here. So I started thinking, the only one I thought was buried was a blue one. And then I thought maybe I saw a wild color, like when they revert back to their original. I saw one of them was buried. So then I started looking around in here, and I don't know if you can see these, because I can barely see them. Okay, to the rock and left. Yeah, good luck with that. Nope, I don't think that's gonna show up. The black grass to the left of the rock. I can't even see that on here. Oh my goodness, everything's so small. But anyway, I promise you there's a baby in there. I think it might be this little split right here. That little gray split. Oh, there it is, right there. You can see it moving. Okay, right here with the little dots for eyes and little wiggly legs, right above where my finger is. That is another baby shrimp. Okay, now you can see it moving around. So then I started looking around more and more, and there's not only this adorable little red guy, but there are a couple, I don't know if they're still going to be in the same spot. They are so small though. Hiding back here, let me see, right? Oh, it's focusing on my finger, but right here in the back, once I move my finger, maybe it'll refocus. Oh, cool, right there. I don't know if you can see him at the tip of that monoselenium, but he is there. There's also one right over here. So there are a bunch of red ones, which I find fascinating because none of the shrimp in this tank are red. So now the genetics of it all is blowing my mind, because it was either this color, this type of blue, or it was, I wonder if I can find one in here, because that's the one I'm pretty sure was buried. was one of the wild types, which basically looks like chocolate brown sand color. Yeah, like this little baby here. It was that kind of color where the mom was buried. So to have ones that are coming out that bright, I mean, that's cool. So now I'm all excited because now I have baby shrimp again, and we're starting all over, which I think is really cool. So, and then the other thing that I realized this week, when I started becoming obsessed with this plant called Dwarf Lotus, this right here is one of them. It comes as a bulb about this big. It's really not that big. And you stick it in the substrate, and eventually, if it's not already partially grown, it'll start growing. This one in here is not doing so well because the water quality is still fluctuating in here. So that one's not as great. But this one is doing awesome. And the one in this tank is doing fine as well. But I've always been fascinated in this tank, the bright red color on this one. Come to find out, it's not even a Dwarf Lotus. It is a Dwarf Lily. Surprise! So, now I like them too. Because, I mean, I don't even know if you can see how bright red that is, but that's no CO2. I don't use CO2 in any of my tanks. So, for that to be that bright is really cool. My next hope is to start, this is a new female, so I'm hoping she'll start producing with the rest of them, and then we'll have some really cool colored guppy babies in here. And it's always fun too to watch them grow up, those tiny, tiny little specks that are in there now. Like these little guys, it's gonna be cool to see when they start growing up, because more than likely, I'm just rambling now, but I'm excited. I don't think she's still around, honestly. I think she passed. But there was it looked almost exactly like the babies. It was just clear, like that little guy. And she had like a hint of green in her tail, and that was about it. But then she produced this first generation of little guppy babies, and then I think she passed. Oh, see, here's a tiny, tiny blue one hanging out at the top. They're so small. So it'll be interesting to see what color the first generation and the second generation of those guppies grow up to be, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be the mostly clear with the green tint. And then the next generation, if and when we get them, I'm going to start hoping they're from this lady here, because I would love to see some color in here. But yeah, that was the main reason, 7.5 minutes in, I wanted to come on here and show y'all, because I'm super psyched that I have yet another tank that is breeding shrimp. This is the first time I've moved shrimp from the original shrimp tank to a different tank and had them reproduce. So I'm psyched about that. I have shrimp in almost every tank. These all died. I don't even know where they are. I'm a little peeved about that. Oh, no, there's some yellows in there. But I started out with blue jellies, and that's when I had the pump issue, and I lost almost every single one of them. And I'm pretty sure they're all gone. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that the remaining ones are getting eaten by the tiny little bumblebee gobies that are in here, because why not? They're snacks. And then this little pleco dude, the blue-eyed lemon plecos, I do find them cute, so I've gotten a couple of them. The other one I have is much larger, but I can never find her. Him, her, it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, look at that. Right on cue. Thank you. So they're pretty neat. I mean, they're an ugly sort of cute. And my killies, where y'all at in here? Hiding. There's rainbows in here. The celebes and the fricatas and the signifiers. I don't know if I have any signifiers left, because they were a little bit more sensitive. I think that's one right there on the bottom. But where are all my killies? Really? Y'all are hiding because I'm trying to... Very funny. Oh, there's one in the back. Oh, there he goes. But this is a female. She's the newest one to the group. I picked her up at the fish store because she got left behind after I picked up my order. And she was still there a couple weeks later, so I figured I'd bring her home, be with the clan. My husband was joking. He thought it was funny, like, oh my god, Bob, I never thought I'd see you again, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if they're from the same actual group or not. So yeah, I don't get to show you my killies, apparently, because they're hiding. Oh, there's one of the females. Pretty drab, but still cute. Why are they hiding? They're so pretty, and when they're up front. Corey. Come on, guys. Where are all y'all? All right, now you're just wasting my camera time. Oh well. But I promise they're pretty. That's unfortunate. Oh well. They're hiding in the back. Oh well. Sometime I'm sure I'll just have to get on here and make another video, because why not? Even if nobody watches them. Still think that's weird. But this is my tangerine tiger, which have definitely colored up since I ordered them from Flip. This was months ago. This one might be berried. Hey. Sweet. Oh, psych. Today's a good day. See, live. Yeah, you saw it live. We got a berried tangerine tiger finally. Well then. That's pretty cool. And then of course all my clown killies are in this one, as are my King Kong bee shrimp. I don't even remember what all of them are. I can't keep track of them all. But I cleaned this one up just now, so it's a little dirty. Everything has to settle back down. This Corey's enjoying where I poured water in from the top and accidentally created a divot in the substrate. Whoops. You coming to say hi? Y'all are so pretty. Look at them close up. I mean, how could you not want those? They're so awesome. They're like little kites. So yeah, that's, I guess, enough for now. That's 12 minutes in. But if you got this far, thanks for watching. And maybe like my video. Comment underneath it. Maybe this will start the whole process of being more popular on YouTube. And then I can have more people that I can share with, and then I can follow. Because I follow a lot of y'all, so... and I watch a lot of y'all's stuff constantly. So, hopefully this was entertaining to somebody. Bye.